dietro casa di John. Faccio vedere come lavoro io. Primo giorno, 10, non ti sto insegnando.
Sì, hai fatto
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here today for the second coming, actually, of John Lennon. 2 years ago we had him at Penny Lane Development Trust. Now he's found his real home on the street, and it's important to all of us that people understand that when you talk about the cavern and places like that, yes, those were important, but the Beatles started here long before they wrote a story about Penny Lane. You may not know that Paul McCartney made his first ever public singing appearance in St Barnabas Church, in the choir there, after he'd been turned down by the Anglican Cathedral. So, you know, you can't get things right all the time. He and John Lennon met in Dovedale School. They played together for one of their first times in what was the church hall for this church, which is now the Dovedale pub. So this is really where the Beatles started. We want the statue here today to draw very visible attention to that fact, because thousands and thousands of people come along Penny Lane every day when there's cruise liners in. Very few of them stop here. So we want them to stop, get to know the locals, because we're all very friendly, aren't we? And to perhaps spend a few bob in the local shops, Penny Lane Development Trust, so we can use that money for local community activity. So let me now introduce Steve Rotherham, the Mayor of the Liverpool City Region, to say a few words.
Thank you, Richard, and can I just say, Deputy Lord Mayor, and to other dignitaries, the vicar behind us. Over the last few days, people want to portray our city as something that it's not. And actually the message of John Lennon was about all you need is love and give peace a chance. And that's something that resonates with all of us. It's in our DNA. It's part of being a Scouser. And I think this is the reality of being a Liverpudlian, and not some of those images that we've seen that have shocked the nation, shocked all of us, but are not stereotypical of what you'll find in this wonderful part of the world. We're very, very lucky to live, I think, in a city that is warm and welcoming, and I think the very best of John Lennon is the real spirit of Liverpool and Liverpudlians. And so it gives me great pleasure to be here with Richard and others today to see this fantastic tribute to one of Liverpool's greatest ever sons. Thanks a lot for being here.
So we'll now, the three of us with the Deputy Lord Mayor, reveal Mr. Lennon. Can we try and do it? And if we pull it over. Woo! So, can I now, on behalf of my fellow ward councillors, Andrew and Liz Makinson, invite our sculptress, Laura Lian, to say a few words and to say thank you to all the people who've made today possible. But I'd just like to thank Laura. It's her artistic imagination and creativity that created this thing, and her ability to harass people like me to make sure this actually got here in this position is absolutely legendary. So Laura, thank you for all you've done. Over to you, you'll have to shout a bit.
Okay, I'll shout.
They did a turn round.
Yeah, they don't normally do that, do they?
It's great to be in Liverpool. This is only 5 minutes, don't worry. I did a little bit of background. I was inspired in my teens, which at that time, I lived in Canada in the 1960s when John and Yoko were doing their bed-in protest against the war in Vietnam. I made this statue not to idolize John, but to reignite his and Yoko's message of peace, in hope it will inspire a new generation to choose peace over war. John, you've already said this, so I'm going to skip it because this is his old standing ground. The statue is here on a temporary basis for now. I would love it to remain in Liverpool. However, it will need to be paid for to remain as a permanent installation, either here or in the city. Whilst it's here, we hope to collaborate with the Penny Lane Trust, Development Trust down the lane, to help raise money for this trust. And we hope to put a QR code there so people can scan it and donate to charity. So far, the statue has raised £6,000 for war child when it was travelling around, when it was a different colour. I want to thank the following people in the team that believed in the project and volunteered their time and expertise to make this happen here today on a voluntary basis. In no particular order, thank you to Richard Kemp for believing in having the statue here from the beginning. Thank you to Steve Ruffler, who supported the project for years now. And a big thanks for taking the time to come today to unveil the statue. Thank you to Alex Raymond for attending today and your contribution for teas and coffees in the church if you want after. I'd like to thank the company ACOM. Where's Paul? Thank you to Paul Melton. I get my Pauls.
Paul Melton.
Melton, I put Derby. Sorry, there's so many Pauls in the Paul McCartney. Anyway.
He's not Paul McCartney.
And a special thanks to John Booth, who's on holiday. Thank you, John, on holiday, who really pushed us along to happen. Also, Dan Southwell, is he there? He did an amazing job on the drawing for the slab. A big thanks to Python Asphalt Civils, who did the groundwork and the concrete link. Special thanks to Tony Carter for writing and the contributors, Jack Lawrenson and Scott Walker. A big thanks to David Johnson at Liverpool Council for passing it through all the red tape. Special thanks to Angie Mulligan from Being There, a coffee shop over there, who approached me 18 months ago with the idea of having a statue here in Penny Lane. Chris Butler, owner of Castle Foundry, where are you, Chris? Who did an amazing job on the remake and casting and patination of the statue, and his partner Cynthia for her support during this process. And last but not least, my PR man, how are you, Nick? For being so supportive and helpful. And last of all, it's just wonderful to be in Liverpool during Beatle Week. There's so much going on. And on Saturday, another statue of a well-loved man of Liverpool is being unveiled, Brian Epstein. It's a brilliant statue by Andy Edwards, and I will try myself to attend the unveiling, which I believe is at 11 p.m. Enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you all for coming.
Hey.
So that's the end of the formal thing. At 12 o'clock, the very talented staff who've been there, one of them anyway, will be coming to sing some Beatles songs. But this is now at the heart of the Beatles community. Get your friends to come down and have their photograph taken with it. Get them to go and use Being There in the other shops. It's great to have you here. John's back in the community where he once belonged. Tea and coffee being served by Barnabas team at the back there. Thank you for coming.
Great.